Good morning, campers. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY 5962 starting our broadcasting day. Today, for your viewer enjoyment, we're going to be bringing you TitanQuest. TitanQuest with the Immortal Throne DLC, sometimes referred to as TitanQuest IT or TQIT. We're going to be using our newest avatar, our newest toon, our newest char, our newest chara. Crystal Urza, who eventually we're going to put in the Crystal armor, but right now we just have a mix of stuff on there. But eventually we want to get up to level 36 so we can put on the crystalline armor. And we're jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth at the very last rebirth fountain before the floor boss, the Minotaur, which is off this way to the right, but we're going off to the left where there's a very high concentration of Gorgons in the next half a dozen rooms or so. Gorgons with a white name will not drop Stonebinders cuffs. However, the ones with yellow names or brown names or gold names, whatever you want to call those colors, they will. So none of those would. Now those two that we're on right now, they will drop Stonebinders cuffs. Can drop Stonebinders cuffs. The ones that were on down here toward the bottom, he said bottom, had the white names. They don't, but the ones that were spitting fire and poison, they can drop Stonebinders cuffs. Occasionally they will drop Stonebinders cuffs. And it kind of looks like nobody's dropping anything. But we have item filtering on, so we aren't seeing any of the normal items or broken items. But we are seeing any of the magical items, which are in yellow, like that. We're also seeing monster infrequent drops, which are kind of a olive green, and we're seeing rare drops. We'll see rare drops which are a bright green, kind of a forest green, a brighter green than the olive green, I should say. And we'll also be seeing blue drops, which are epic items. Legendary items are purple, but legendary items don't drop in normal difficulty, so we won't be seeing any of those. Because we are in normal difficulty. And that was our first run. Didn't get anything really, so we'll go ahead and save the game. And we'll jump back to the main menu. So the first run took about 4 minutes. 4.5 minutes or so. Well, we'll go ahead and start up another game. Of course, jumping in at the last rebirth fountain before the floor boss of the Minoan Labyrinth. This isn't the only place where Gorgons will appear. Gorgons will appear in the catacombs beneath Athens. And they'll also appear in the caves after you go through Parnassus. And then you're going into the caves and you meet the three Medusa, I think. Are they Medusa? Let's see, what did we get here? We got a Sentinel Helm. That's a monster infrequent. And we got a Gorgon Crown. Now the Gorgon Crown kind of looks like has the same look as a Stonebinder's crown. Sentinel's crown is a little different looking. Both have just strength and or dexterity requirements, so can be worn by anyone. Do I have a... I don't have a green item. Oh, well, I could show you... I guess I don't have any green items right now. Of course, you can see the weapon, the Ichican Whomper, Ichthyan Whomper is also a monster infrequent. You can see that's an olive green, the same as the Sentinel Crown. So the one we're beating on there, the one that was spitting poison, that could have dropped Stonebinder's cuffs, but it didn't. And we'll just finish off. That's pretty much the end of the run for the Stonebinder's cuffs. And then we kind of do the next two groups of monsters here just for the experience. It's a nice little experience run. The automaton there. The little minotaurs up here. And that's the end of the run. Nothing exciting. Let's go ahead and save the game. And before we exit, why don't we go sell the stuff that we aren't going to be saving. Just free up our little inventory here a little bit so we don't have to worry about not being able to pick up
We've fallen on hard times here. Still,
drops for a while, so we'll get rid of the helm. Just kind of checking really quickly to make sure that we don't have any like +1 to skills. It's a pretty decent little helm there. Looks a little better than like what I'm wearing, but I kind of like the look of what I'm wearing, so we'll keep it. There. And then nothing in my other bags. Okay. So let's go ahead and save the game again. And then we'll exit back to the main menu. And we'll go single player mode, normal difficulty, and jump into the Minoan Labyrinth. So even with selling stuff off there, that run was probably about 5 minutes. one-shotting the white Gorgons there. Guards armbands. So there's guard stuff, there's sentinel stuff, there's Gorgon stuff, and there's Stonebinder stuff. I think the sentinel things and Stonebinders things are monster infrequents. But I don't believe the others are. They're just regular magical items. There we go. There's a nice green item. So there's the bright green item as opposed to... Oh, we don't have one down here. As opposed to the olive green monster infrequent of the Whomper there. And then you can see the bracelets there have a brighter green name. Alrighty. Well, that's kind of the end of the run for the cuffs. We didn't get any. We'll just finish off the automatons here, and the automatons or minotaurs in the next room with the mechanical traps. I killed a monster. You can still see the progress bar for experience increment down there. Now let's go ahead and save the game. Alright, and then let's return to the main menu. And we can start another game. Single player mode, normal difficulty, and start it up. Jumping in at the last rebirth fountain before the Minotaur in the Minoan Labyrinth. But we aren't going that way, we're walking backward through the labyrinth. Through the last half dozen or so rooms here that has a very accessible, reachable number of Gorgons, some of which can drop Stonebinders cuffs. White, white, and white, those aren't helpful, but these last two here, they can drop Stonebinders cuffs. Why don't you, there we go. So, pupils, guards, cuffs. It's guards equipment. Pupil is a affix, which I think gives it intelligence. Energy. Okay, well, energy or intelligence. Magic user kind of thing. I've never played a pure magic user in this game. I should probably do that sometime. Now, this Gorgon down here had a brown copper color name, That's a legendary creature. It was a captain, mob boss captain. It can also, this one also, mob boss captain, can also drop Stonebinders cuffs. But it just drops a regular old Gorgon track, although it is green. Crown of Glory. And that's it. There's no more Gorgons in this room. So once again, we're kind of at the end of our run here. And we're just gonna finish off the automatons here. And we're gonna go and finish off the automatons or minotaurs in this room. Look at that. There was a epic item that got dropped. Thresher. Doesn't look like is as good as either of my weapons. You can see how the Deathweaver's leg tip is doing 136 damage a second. If I switch it out, then that's only doing 101. So the leg tip's better, and the Whompers does more than the leg tip, 158. And yeah, it's still doing 101. We'll switch it back. So a nice item. We'll save it, but let's go ahead and save the game. We won't be selling that, but we won't be using it immediately either. Probably never on this tune. And let's go ahead and exit. Return to the main menu. Where we will start up another game in single player mode and normal difficulty. Once again, jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth at the last rebirth fountain before the floor boss, which is this way, the Minotaur, but we aren't going that way. We're going back through the labyrinth. I kind of two-shotting all of those automatons there. In fact, most of the stuff were one-shot in here too. So another piece of guards equipment, which is not a monster infrequent. Oh. One shot there, one shot, one shot. Oh, this is a captain here. It looks like we stunned it. We get that from the Whomper. I think the Whomper gives me a couple seconds of stun. A chance for a couple of seconds of stun per hit. Some more Gorgon gear here. Crown, sash, and Gorgon cuffs. Well, we were close there with the Gorgon cuffs. Almost Stonebinders cuffs. Right table. Wrong difficulty. Needed a higher roll on that table. Didn't quite have it. We had the cuffs table. So somebody there dropped a hunting spear. I'm not sure who, but we'll sell that a little later. There's no treasure chest, unfortunately. So we'll just go ahead and save the game. And then we will return to the main menu. And we can start another game. Single player mode, normal difficulty, jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth, which is at the end of Act 1. The floor boss, the Minotaur, is off this way to the right. We're going the other way. We're going backwards. Through the labyrinth. We had a chance at a couple monsters dropping. A couple of those Gorgons could have dropped Stonebinders gear, but they didn't. Another piece of guards equipment there. I'll take it and sell it later when our inventory fills up. And that's a captain there, mob boss. Valor of Achilles, Aegis of Achilles. Damage and attack speed. That's what we want. What does this give us? So we can put that into weapons, and we'll take that and put that into our weapon. So we should see a jump there from 158 to something a little higher. Actually, you know what? This already has it in there, right? So the Valor of Achilles. So we'll put it in there. And now it's complete. And we got a bonus. So 152, which is, I think it was around 138 before the completed charm, which is very close to the damage from the Whomper now. So very nice. 5 damage, increase in attack speed, and then an additional, what, 4 to 6 damage. I made that a really nice weapon, and it doesn't increase the base strength, dexterity, player level. So very nice. Very nice addition there. Alrighty. Let's make sure we're got the Whomper. We can try the leg tip some more. Looks like it's about 5 or 6 hits. I know the Gorgons were right about a 2-hit kill. Wow, it really did a number on the Minotaurs there. Alrighty, let's go ahead and save the game. And we can return to the main menu. And we can select single player mode, and normal difficulty is the only thing we can do right now. And we'll go ahead and jump in to the Minoan Labyrinth, the very end of Act 1. Got a pretty mean mob boss here. Gorgons here that can drop Stonebinders cuffs, but neither of them do. In fact, neither of them drop anything, at least not in the magic hole or above. And no one's dropping anything, unfortunately. When we were getting Gorgon drops and Sentinel drops, I was feeling pretty good there. Guard drops. I was thinking, oh, we're going to see that Stonebinders drop here pretty soon. But that's not happening. So let's go ahead and save the game. And we can exit back to the main menu. We're getting pretty close to a level change here. Are you sure you want to exit? And we'll start up another game. Single player mode, normal difficulty. Jumping in at the last rebirth fountain at the end of Act 1. The rebirth fountain closest to the floor boss, which is a Minotaur. But we aren't going that way. We're going the opposite way. Even with the completed charm, I have a feeling that I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of 5. I think I was. I think those were like 2-hit kills with the, and now they're 5. The regular ones are like 1 or 2. I don't think I'm getting any 1-hit kills like I was getting. I think I was getting like 1-hit or 2-hit kills with the other weapon. The DPS is just slightly different. This one's just I don't think the blade tip is a full 5 damage less. I think it's even less than that. Valor of Achilles. We can put that on the Whomper. Jeez. I was going crazy there. Come up and get the rest of the automatons, or yeah, automatons. Oh, and we leveled up. Well, that was nice. So let's go ahead and save the game. And let's go back to town. Kenosis. Kenosis. The Kenosist with the mosest. The Gnosist with the mosest. I like pronouncing the K, but I think it's really silent. Unfortunately. Okay.
My shop is a shadow of its former glory. We've fallen on hard times here.
Yeah, we were getting ready to have to sell anyways. Let's go ahead and start selling some stuff. That's intelligence-based. Can't use it. All of these are going to be not quite as good as anything that I have. Gorgon cuffs. Guard's helm. Kind of like the Sentinel helm. And style it in there. Pupils Gorgon cups. Of course, pupils is a affix that either is going to give you intelligence or energy. So I'm thinking maybe pupils gives you energy, and then the reasoning suffix gives you the intelligence. Well, that's not necessarily true. Mountaineer's Gorgon sash. That looks pretty decked out with stuff there. That looks pretty good. And we have Pupils, Gorgon's cuffs of reasoning again. Another set of those. Guard's helm, Pupils, Guard's helm. So the Pupils is giving it the energy. Kind of a nice looking helm there. Corinthian helm. Armor and intelligence don't really need something that does that though. Let's see, mechanical parts, we can kind of save that. And somewhere here we had oh, we had Valor somewhere. Which gives us attack speed, right? So I want to take that, and I want to put it on the Whomper.
Good lie.
So I am doing, I'll get off the screen, game saved. I am doing 150, 158, 159, can't really read it. So if I put more attack speed on that, yes, I jump up to 171, which is good. I just need a couple more of those. Do I have another? Do I have two mechanical parts there, right by each other? I'll combine those, and then sell a bunch of stuff. Oh. What did I do? Oh, right.
The beasts have claws and teeth, but you have fire. You have Zeus-like bolts to throw, and I have
guards armbands. That's intelligence-based. Can't use it. We got their energy, can't use that. Not going to use that. Oh, that's kind of a nice beginning band, maybe. Might need that. What do we got over here? Intelligence, don't need it. More guard stuff. Sturdy Gorgon crown. Don't need it. Oh, we're going to save that. Get rid of all that. We can move this stuff around a little. There we go. And what's that? It's a pot, I think. And we can... I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Am I going to sell it eventually? I haven't made up my mind yet. But definitely we don't want to sell the epic thing. Probably just give this away to someone, but for right now we'll just throw it up here.
Travel light.
And maybe I'll do the same with this maybe. Oops. Oops. There, that's what I want to do. Okay. And let's go ahead and save the game again. And return to the main menu. And continue attempting to get a pair of Stonebinders cuffs. So let's see if this Whomper is any better with a little increase in attack speed. My DPS went up about 20 damage. Wow, it's doing those in a couple of hits, which is not bad. Those are all one-hit kills. Okay. I like the Whomper. The automatons are going down in like 2 hits. White Gorgons are 1-hit kills. That was a 2-hit kill for the Gorgon that can drop Stonebinders cuffs. Pupils Gorgon Sash. Dispensing with the mobs a little easier with the Whomper too. Let's go ahead and save the game. I think we'll stick with the Whomper, especially after the returning to the main menu, especially after adding the artifact to the Whomper. The increased attack speed, making it more lethal in the area that I'm in. Let's go ahead and start another game, single player mode, normal difficulty. Been broadcasting for 45 minutes here. I think we'll go for about another 15, maybe. These are all 2-hit kills. Hardly taking any damage when I'm going through that initial mob there. Gorgon cuffs. We want Stonebinders cuffs. Right table just didn't roll high enough. Gorgon crown. Was in the cuffs table, just didn't have the... Didn't get the roll for Stonebinders. Sentinel's Helm. That's a monster infrequent. Oh, who's doing that? Almost everything's going down in 1 or 2 hits here. Putting that increase to attack speed into that Whomper made a big difference. I think the runs are only taking a couple minutes. Before, the runs are taking like 4.5 minutes. I think we're under 4.5 minutes easy on these runs. We'll have to take a look there. Okay, so I'm at minute 46:50. See where we are when we start here. Exiting to the main menu. Starting up in normal mode, single player mode, normal difficulty, and we're about 47.5, about 47:30, let's call it. Starting to run. 2 hits there. And there's a couple Gorgons in here that could drop. But nothing seems to be dropping. That could drop. One in the back there, this one could drop. So could this one, but nobody's dropping. Oh, what I got here? Forgot to pick that up. Oops. Just finishing up the run here. Oh, there we have a rare drop. So we're on a run here of about 2 minutes in length. So, kind of 2 minutes and some change for a run. So let's go ahead and save the game. And then we'll exit back out to the main menu. And we'll go single player mode, normal difficulty, and we'll we'll start the game. Jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth at the last rebirth fountain at the end of Act 1 before the Minotaur, which is off this way to the right. The floor boss, Minotaur. But we aren't going that way, we're going the other way to see if we can get a Gorgon drop some Stonebinders cuffs. I think I got about 2 more runs in me here. And then I think I'm going to take a break. Two shot there. And it looks like there's a couple Gorgons in here. The last 2 remaining. Good drop of Stonebinders cuffs, but nobody does. No one drops anything in that room. Of course, broken items and normal items, the grays and the whites, are being filtered out. And we're only seeing magical and better items. We have seen quite a few monster infrequents. Just no Stonebinders. Gorgon's crown, Guard's helm. Sentinel stuff is definitely monster infrequent. The Stonebinders stuff is monster infrequent. Specific to a monster and dropped infrequently. So we're just going to finish off this last room of automatons. And I think we started this at about the minute 50 mark. Another rare item. We'll go ahead and save. And we'll return to the main menu just to start another game. Single player mode, normal difficulty, jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth at the end of Act 1, at the last rebirth fountain before the floor boss of the Minotaur, which is off this way to the right, but we're going the other way. We're going to the left. So this is our second to the last run. See the stun that sometimes the Whomper induces. Normal, normal, normal. White, white, white. And a couple lights up front there, but toward the back, bottom here, we have a couple Gorgons that could. Now the Sentinel Curious there, I believe, was dropped by a white, so I guess the white ones can drop Sentinel stuff. And let's see, Sturdy Gorgon's cuffs. Unfortunately, they're Gorgon cuffs and not Stonebinders cuffs. So once again, we were on the right table, but just didn't have a good enough roll to get the Stonebinders. On the cuffs table, and what do we got? We have guards, And guards. We have guard stuff. Guard stuff and guard stuff.
Your inventory is full.
And my inventory's full, so I can't pick up the guard stuff. And nothing's left there. And we'll finish off the automaton in this room. And
you can't carry anymore.
A staff, a big staff. Yeah, we aren't going to have room for that. And we'll finish off these minotaurs. Archimedes' mirror, we'll pick that up. We'll go ahead and save the game. And exit. Back to the main menu. And this is going to be our last run of the broadcast. Single player mode, normal difficulty, jumping in at the end of Act 1, the Minoan Labyrinth, last rebirth fountain, before the floor boss, which is the Minotaur, off to the right, but we aren't going that way. Not that way. We're going back through the labyrinth to get to a couple of Gorgons here that have a chance of dropping Stonebinders cups.
You can't carry anymore.
Yes, I know my inventory's full. I know. It does drop Stonebinders cups, so I'll have to throw something out. And nothing going there. The pot dropped, and that was about it. The health potion and an energy potion. And it looks like absolutely nothing dropped there. We're getting shut out here in our last run. Except for a couple pots. One-shotting those. Two-shotting those. One shot, one shot, one shot. Oh, that one was two.
You can't carry. You can't carry.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing there I want anyway. Oh, there's a mob boss. That's more than a one-shot or a two-shot. So this one had the yellow name. Of course, that can drop Stonebinders cuffs. The mob boss, the one that was a golden name or a bronze name or a brown name, golden brown name, that could have also dropped Stonebinders cuffs. But instead we get guard's armor and then some hunting bow we don't care about. And that's it. That's the end of this run as we're closing in on broadcasting for 1 hour. Little sword there. Don't need it. Finish off the automatons here. And the traps. And save the game. And bid you all farewell. So we didn't exactly accomplish our goal, but we did get quite a bit of experience. I think we went from not actually having the Whomper, being able to carry it, to getting our level to 18, and then halfway through 19. So, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is Crusader Rabbit, KBNY 5962, ending our broadcasting day. Good night, campers.